everybody, welcome to Finance Fridays with Naki. I'm really excited about today's topic because it's basically a follow through of last week's topic where we're speaking about how some of the bad money habits or some of the bad financial decisions that we make ultimately impact us reaching our financial goals or financial targets. So one of the points that I raised in that video was sometimes people don't know how to manage their debt effectively. They miss their repayments, which ultimately impacts their credit worthiness and ultimately stops them from reaching their financial targets or financial goals. So today I want to dive into how you can actually manage your debt effectively in order to meet your repayments and still meet your financial targets and financial goals. So stay with me, let's get into it. Before we get into it, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also just comment some of the topics that you want me to bring up and discuss on our Finance Fridays. So yes, let's get into how to manage our debt effectively.
Hey there, welcome. Are you ready?
The first point I'd like to speak of is you maintaining a list of your creditors. Who are you owing? What are your repayment amounts? What are your repayment dates? What's the interest rate? What's the tenor, right? That will just help you to understand where you're at with your debt, at what point you need to pay as well. So you need to prioritize the debt with high interest rates because that generally accumulates high interest charges. So that's your personal loans or your credit card repayments. So now let's assume that all your debt has the same interest rate. So now you need to identify which of those you can pay sooner, which of those look as though the remaining amount is smaller and you can finish it off quicker. So you can pay those off first, and that will give you a sense of accomplishment and motivate you to finish off your debt quicker. The next thing that you need to avoid is penalties. Late repayments attract penalties. So you need to ensure you understand of all the debt that you have, when are the repayment dates so that you do not miss those repayment dates and attract penalties. Then you need to also consider your financial goals and financial targets. What are you saving towards? Are you saving towards a deposit for a house or whatever you could be saving towards? And of your debt, which of them is actually stopping you from reaching that financial goal? Now you need to pay off that debt first in order for you to be able to achieve your financial targets and financial goals, and also not miss your repayments because now you're trying to meet this expense whilst you're trying to take care of debt. The next important point that you will always hear from me when it comes to finances is to create a budget. In your budget, you need to allocate a portion of your income to your repayments, to the minimum amount. If there are certain months that you actually have earned more income and you're able to pay more than the minimum amount set by the bank, do it. It will help you to finish your debt quicker and you become debt-free, as I said in our previous video. Another thing which generally applies to corporate accounts is if you are allowed to make bullet payments. So let's say you pay towards your debt on a quarterly basis or semi-annually. I'll still recommend that every month you set aside an amount towards your repayment facility so that when it's time to pay it, you will not strain yourself or struggle to meet your repayment amount. The next point is to consider consolidating your debt. Consider consolidating your high interest debt into one which will have lower interest rates. This will help you to manage your debt, it will simplify the process, and now you're paying towards one facility because now they've been consolidated into one. Another point is for you to learn to negotiate with your creditors. Learn to be honest to yourself and to your creditors about your current financial status and financial situation. If you find yourself in a position where you can no longer meet your repayment amount, set up a meeting with your creditors, explain your financial situation to them. They might be able to come up with a way that will benefit the both of you so that you're not strained and they're not making a loss. Generally, they can increase your tenor in order for you to be able to meet your repayments so that they're in line with your current income. You also need to avoid taking on new debt. Ask yourself, why do I need this debt? Is it important? Would it help me to achieve my financial goals? Where am I at with my current debt facilities? Am I able to meet my repayments? What is my current credit score? What is my current credit worthiness? Once you assess all that, you're able to see if you can afford to get new debt. If you can afford to get new debt, then you also need to consider, what is the interest rate I'm being offered? Which creditor is this? What is my tenor? Will I still be having this amount of income for the period or for the duration of the facility? So there are a lot of questions that you need to consider before acquiring new debt. The last point I would speak of is you seeking help. When you have gotten to a point where you're deep into debt, you don't know how to come out of it, your financial goals have totally been messed up, you don't know, how to get back on track, seek the help of a financial advisor. They might help you to come back on track. Now, this will take a lot of effort, it will take a lot of discipline as well. So if you've gotten to that point where you're not sure what else to do, please do seek help, and I'm sure a financial advisor will be able to help you. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this topic, please like. Please also comment in the section down below what other topics you'd like me to bring up, and I will be happy to do that.